9 CBSE chapter 6 பார்த்துட்டு we are doing this exercise 6.2. I will pass on to the sixth sum. I will read the sixth sum. Say in the figure, in the given figure, PQ and RS are two mirrors placed parallel to each other. Two mirrors are they are placed in such a manner they are parallel to each other. And incident ray AB strikes a mirror PQ at B. Incident ray na the ray which falls on PQ at B. Okay, this is physics la padichirkeenga. Incident ray AB means PQ at B and then it will be reflected. That reflected ray meets RS at C and again see incident ray, reflected ray, then again what happens? See, the reflected ray moves along the path BC and strikes the mirror RS at C. Okay, and again reflects back along CD. So incident ray, reflected ray, then again this will be reflected ray. இப்போ இப்படி reflect ஆகும்போது இந்த இடம் incident rayவா consider ஆகிடும். இந்த இடம் incident ray, this will be reflected ray. இங்க reflect ஆகும், இங்க விழும்போது இது incident ஆகும், இது இங்க reflect ஆகும். Okay, now you are supposed to prove that AB is parallel to CD. AB is parallel to CD. Now let's see first what are the things given to us. PQ is parallel to RS. PQ is parallel to RS. Now then what else are given? AB meets PQ at B. Then BC meets RS at C. Now see, you have to construct one thing. What are they? Draw BM perpendicular to PQ. Draw BM perpendicular to PQ. Then draw CN perpendicular to RS. CN perpendicular to RS. What you are supposed to prove that? You have to prove AB is parallel to CD. AB is parallel to CD. Now, if you draw a perpendicular line BM, the angle ABC will be divided, bisected, perpendicular. It's a perpendicular bisector of angle ABC. So, two angles will be formed, angle 1 and angle 2. Again, when you draw a perpendicular CN, it bisects the angle ABCD and you will have angle 3 and angle 4. So, you can write angle 1 equal to angle 2. Then, angle 3 is equal to angle 4. What is the reason? See, that is, instead of taking angle bisector, see, by means of the laws of reflection, you know, the angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. So, this is by angle of incidence. Angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. So, this angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection, angle 2. Now, this will be angle of incidence. So, this angle will be equal to angle of reflection, angle 4. Okay. So, this is your first equation. Okay. Then, coming to this. Now, see, BM is, we have already said that BM is perpendicular to PQ and CN is perpendicular to RS. Now, I said BM is parallel to CD. You don't know that? Both are the perpendiculars drawn on PQ and RS. Now, I am saying that BM is parallel to CN. BM is parallel to CN. The reason is perpendiculars drawn on parallel lines are also parallel. are also parallel. Can you understand this? See, this is angle 1 equal to angle 2, angle 3 equal to angle 4. The reason is angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Then, we know BM and CN are the perpendiculars drawn to PQ and RS. PQ and RS are parallel lines. Now I am saying BM is parallel to CN. How can we say that? Because by the rule, perpendiculars drawn on parallel lines are also parallel. So BM is parallel to CN. Okay. Now do you agree with that? BM is parallel to CN. Now you have a line BC along these two parallel lines BM and CN. Clear? That BC will be considered as the transversal. BC will be considered as the transversal between the parallel lines BM and CN. So what about this angle 2 and angle 3? Angle 2 and angle 3 are what type of angles? What type of angles? See, one is this side, one is that side. They are alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles. So, angle 2 is equal to angle 3. Reason, alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles. Okay. Now, already we have, this is equation 3. Already we have angle 1 equal to angle 2, angle 3 equal to angle 4. Now we got angle 2 and angle 3 are equal. So, we have angle 1 equal to angle 2, isn't it? Now, angle 2 is equal to angle 3. But angle 3 is equal to angle 4. Angle 3 is equal to angle 4. So, all the angles are equal now. All the angles are equal, isn't it? Now we have angle 1 equal to angle 2, angle 3 equal to angle 4. Now, let us add angle 1 and angle 2. If you add angle 1 and angle 2, it will be same as angle 3 plus angle 4. Both are equal, no? So, if you add angle 1 plus angle 2, instead of angle 1, you can write angle 3. Instead of angle 2, you can write angle 4. Now, see the figure. If you add angle 1 plus angle 2, what you will have? What you will have? Angle 1 is ABM. Angle 2 is angle BMC. That is nothing but angle ABC. Angle 1 plus angle 2 is nothing but angle ABC. This is nothing but angle ABC. Now, angle 3 plus angle 4 is nothing but angle BCD. Nothing but angle BCD. Angle ABC is equal to angle BCD. I think you can recall one thing. Angle ABC equal to angle BCD. Now forget this BM and CN. Forget this BM and CN. Just you are having ABCD alone. Just remember, just recall like that. Two parallel lines. You have AB, like this you have A, B, C, D. Now angle ABC is equal to angle BCD means angle ABC equal to angle BCD means what type of angles? These two are alternate. These two are alternate interior angles where BC is the transversal between these two lines. I am not saying AB and CD are parallel now. BC is a line which means AB and CD are B and C, in which these two alternate. இப்படி இருந்தாலே you can find out. இங்க ஒன்று இருந்தாலே that is alternate angles. Alternate interior angles are equal. In which alternate interior angles are equal implies, you know the criteria, that axiom. If the alternate interior angles, if a pair of alternate interior angles are equal, then the two lines are considered to be parallel, isn't it? So, these two are equal. Reason, alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles. Okay. So, if these two, that is a pair of alternate interior angles are equal, which obviously implies AB is parallel to CD. That is what we have to prove. That is what we have to prove. I think you can see this. You can see till this, isn't it? Now, once again, I will repeat. See what are the things you are given with. PQ is parallel to RS. Then AB, the incident ray AB meets PQ at B and the reflected ray meets RS at C. Once again, it is reflected at D. Okay. Now we are going to construct BM perpendicular to PQ, CN perpendicular to RS, in which we got 4 angles, angle 1, angle 2. That is incident ray, reflected ray, incident ray, reflected ray. Now we are supposed to prove AB is parallel to CD. Now since these two are incident ray, reflected ray, you know angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. So consider that as 1. Now I said that BM is parallel to CN. Why BM is parallel to CN? Perpendiculars drawn on parallel lines are also parallel. So BM is parallel to CN. Now these two are parallel lines. BC will be considered as the transversal. BC will be considered as the transversal. You have two angles, angle 2 and angle 3. I said if you have a line like this, இந்த பக்கம் ஒன்று அந்த பக்கம் ஒன்று அப்படி இருந்தால் those are alternate interior angles. Those two are equal. Angle 2 is equal to angle 3 because they are alternate interior angles. But from 1, already we know angle 1 is equal to angle 2. But angle 2 is equal to angle 3. Angle 3 is equal to angle 4. This is from 1 and 3. This is from 1 and 3. This you got from this line, you got from the first equation and the third equation. Now let's add 1 and 2. And if you add angle 1 plus angle 2, it is same as angle 3 plus angle 4. See the figure, if you add angle 1 and angle 2, you have both the full angle and ABC. If you add angle 3 and angle 4, you will get the full angle BCD. That is, forget this BM and CN, just to see this BC is the considered as the transversal between the two lines AB and CD, in which the alternate angles are, interior angles are equal. This implies, we know, if a pair of alternate interior angles are equal, the two lines will be considered as parallel lines. So, AB is parallel to CD. Hence the proof. Understood? I think you can understand this. We'll see the next sum in the next class. Thank you.